Welcome to the Santa Claus Remote Product Development Lab. We moved to Hawaii a few years ago, which has raised the high surf absenteeism rate among our elves, but has reduced the filing of Form 477G eaten by walrus. So on the general bounds of things, we're feeling pretty good about it. This is our Mark I exciting double pendulum Christmas tree, which is coming to you directly from our cutting edge waterfront development lab. And I'm here to show you how to assemble it so that it works and brightens up your Christmas. This is what you'll get out of the flat pack, including a wrench, a pendulum, which we will install last, and the Christmas tree and the base. So start by putting the base in front of you. As you can see, the base has two diagonal cuts in it. I'm advised that it's best to face so the point is away from you and the bolts are on the far side of the diagonal cuts. You then take your Christmas tree parts, put the part with the shiny stuff towards you, the part with the bracket in back. As you insert these, you want to make sure that the wires are meeting the contact there and that the bolt holes are more or less lined up. It's fairly stable, so we can do both of these. Following the same procedure with the second one, again, you want to make sure that the contacts are lined up and that the bolt holes are more or less even. Now, if we move up to the top, you'll notice that we have a hole here and a hole here. We're going to take one of these three identical bolts. This is threaded, so if you just line it up and then gently feed this bolt in. And although we're going to tighten this up a little bit more later on, for right now we're going to leave it loose so there's a little play. You have two bolts left, again, identical bolts. Those bolts are going to go through these brackets. And again, we'll tighten them up later, but for right now, we're just trying to get them finger tight. Okay, so everything seems to be lined up, and we'll just run those bolts down so that we have a nice stable base here. Now this is part one of the installation process. This is a kinetic Christmas tree, and as you will see in a minute, the stable base is important because it's going to be involved in a little example of basic physics. Alright, I've got those bolts finger tight on the brackets, and I'm just going to take this box wrench and tighten them down. They don't have to be super tight, but we don't want it flexing. Almost there on this one. And then the same thing for this guy. Alright. Now, here's the tricky part. We're going to tighten this guy up a little bit more because we actually need to get this bolt out of the way, because the kinetic part of this elf design sculpture attaches at the apex of our triangle. So we just tighten that up. I'm not going to over tighten it because it's just threaded into the glue. So we just get it to stop spinning here. There we go. Alright, we're going to remove this bolt. There are a couple of loose washers here, so be careful not to lose them. Alright, I'm going to put the bolt down there. Now, this is a double pendulum. Remove the packing material. You'll notice that the candy cane is free to rotate. It's balanced here. We're going to just take this. You'll notice there's a bearing in here. Alright, and we're going to feed that on. We're going to take our nut and we're going to tighten it down. And we don't want this too tight because we want things to be able to rotate. Alright, now just a little bit more with the box wrench. Alright, and now we're just going to let the double pendulum go nuts. And if you think that's pretty cool, wait till we light it up. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The all-electric, double pendulum Christmas tree. Brought to you by the Tropical Development Lab of S. Claus Enterprises. We hope you'll enjoy.